Hey newsletter subscribers, I'm Dave Betts, Chief Success Officer at Generis & Associates, and today's topic is about new employee onboarding. In our February 2019 newsletter, we talked about the hiring process and how to get a perfect hire in 6 easy steps. This is sort of a continuation of that because once you make the investment in getting a good hire, you want to help them add value to your team right away. And so this onboarding discussion is to really get at that and help them succeed in that way. So what is onboarding? Onboarding is a process of acclimating a new employee to their role within the company and also to the company itself, the culture, the organization, its history, and so forth. Why does it matter? Well, the employee doesn't know you, they don't know the team, they don't know what you're all about, how you work, what makes you tick, how you operate, and so forth. And so the onboarding process is designed to help them learn and distill all the essential kind of understanding about the company and what's relevant, as well as their role. And it's going to help connect that new employee in with their manager, their supervisor, their mentor, their trainer, other team members, leaders within the organization, and so forth. Now, this is true whether you are a pizza restaurant, whether you are a tour company, whether you are a professional services firm hiring an office person or an administrative person. Preparing to bring someone on so that they can add value, get competent in their role, be effective at the tasks that you expect them to perform, have good relationships within the company, and ultimately succeed and help your company succeed. That's what we're all after. So let's break it down on how to do it. There's really 3 phases to onboarding. The first is pre-boarding. These are things that the new employee does and that you do in preparation for them to actually start. Then there's day 1, a very pivotal key experience, their very first day on the job. Then there's the first 90 days, a roadmap that helps them learn the tasks and the organization and build the relationships that are going to help them succeed. Pre-boarding is that which you would have an employee do before they start on day 1. Could be that you send them an application to complete, the employee handbook to complete, a W-4 for a new employee, and the I-9 immigration form, or a W-9 if it's an independent contractor. Maybe you have them complete a non-compete or confidentiality agreement, things like that. So you send them stuff before they come on day 1. They can work through it and prepare to come on day 1 a little bit ahead of the game. Pre-boarding also consists of what you do in preparation for them. That means getting them an email address, ordering them a uniform and putting their name on it if that's something relevant for the job, setting up a workspace for them, determining in advance who's going to be their mentor, who's going to be training them, and building out a training plan. That first 90-day part that we talked about, part of pre-boarding is actually preparing what that 90-day roadmap to proficiency looks like. Who's going to train them on what tasks, by who, by when, and so forth. So pre-boarding is what they can do before they start and what you should do before they start to help them acclimate. Day 1, you're going to review things with them, things that you take for granted, like where do they park? What are their hours? Where are the restrooms? What are the rules about breaks and lunch and so forth? What are the rules about use of personal cell phone, smartphone devices? A little bit about company history and culture, a little bit about their role. Who should they go to ask questions? There's a lot that you'll want to cover on day 1 that you already know all these answers to, but we take it for granted and we need to educate the new employee about these things. What we would recommend is that you create and use a new hire checklist. Here's an example of a checklist, but there's an example that you can calibrate for yourself and update for yourself that we have within this newsletter if you just click the text box below this video when you're done watching it in the newsletter. So a new hire onboarding checklist will help you have a clear roadmap of things that you want to cover on day 1 to help someone really get acclimated. So really day 1 is about helping them connect in with the duties that they're going to have to do and the systems they're going to need to access, but also the culture and building those relationships. And relationships at the end of the day are very, very important. People will stay or go either because there are quality relationships or there are a lack of quality relationships in a workplace. Then there's the first 90 days. And the first 90 days are designed to be a roadmap for you to help the new employee succeed in learning their role, building relationships within the company, and helping them get proficient and effective and efficient in performing the duties. Once again, use the checklist. And when you prepare your new hire onboarding checklist, prepare it in a way that maps to the job description that you used when you hired this candidate. So there's a certain set of duties that you expect them to perform, and this onboarding checklist ought to help them learn the technical skills and job role skills needed to perform those job duties in the job description. So build it out in small chunks, help them get small wins. You don't teach everybody everything all at once. Maybe have them learn one system, learn one key task in that system. And a good process when you're training is explain it, demonstrate it, let them observe, and then let them do the task and you observe and give them timely, specific feedback on what they did well. Let them do it again, continue coaching until you mutually feel that they've attained proficiency in that task, and then you can move to a next task in their job description, a job duty that they can perform using that system, and so on and so forth. Now, people learn at different rates, at different levels. Some are hands-on, some like to refer to videos, some like to refer to written procedures. You're going to want to get to know your new employee and how they learn best, and to the degree that you can, work with them to help them learn in the way that they learn best. Leverage other resources in your team. While you may be responsible to help this new employee get properly onboarded, it doesn't mean that you need to do every aspect of the onboarding. In our firm, I do a piece of the onboarding, but the majority of onboarding is done by people who are actually doing the role. I check in periodically with the new hire and with the mentor who is doing a lot of the onboarding to see how the relationship is moving, to see where we are in terms of completing tasks in the checklist across the first 90 days. And I probably am checking in bi-weekly for the first 90 days. And then it may move to monthly, and then it may move to quarterly until people feel acclimated and effective in their role. So, onboarding. So important to help your new hire feel welcomed, connected, understanding the company, really able to contribute value as early as possible from day one, help them add value to the team and to your company, and achieve success for your company. Consists of 3 phases: pre-boarding, what the new hire does before they start, what you do in preparation for the new hire before they start. Day 1, taking care of all of the HR kinds of things and all of the things we take for granted that we want to educate a new employee on day 1. And then the first 90 days, a roadmap to help them succeed. Look, we love helping small businesses succeed, and this is one part that we want to do it by helping you have successful new hiring and new employee onboarding experiences. If you want additional help with building out a proper HR infrastructure, having the tools and resources needed to really build your team and get them to proficiency and competence as fast as possible, just reach out. Again, review the rest of the newsletter. Follow us and like us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube and LinkedIn. And check out previous episodes of this. We're so glad that you're connected with us and we're connected with you. Let us know how we can continue to be of value. Thank you.